Right, so here are 5 things I learned from being a young mum. Firstly, becoming independent. I left my mum's house when I was 17, when I was pregnant, and I have a great relationship with my parents, so I was a bit sad when I was leaving, but the excitement overshadowed that. The excitement of having my own place, the excitement of having my own rules, no one can tell me what to do, no real concerns about bills or how to maintain a household, but I quickly learned. And I had to learn how to be independent and not rely on my parents anymore because this was my life. I also learned how to manage my money. I couldn't spend like how I was spending before. So that forced me to open up a savings for myself and for my son, because if a situation was to happen, it wouldn't just affect me, it would affect my son as well. Third thing, I would say personally for me, is it made me kind of sensitive, a little bit more sensitive. Don't get me wrong, it toughened me up as well, because when I used to live in my mum's house, she was my protector. If there was a spider on the wall or something, she would have to deal with it, I would be out. So I've kind of filled those shoes now where I have to be strong for my son, I have to be his protector. But I would say it's made me sensitive in terms of, being sensitive towards others a bit more and understanding them a bit more and just being less selfish. Fourthly, I would say it really, really, really made me appreciate my parents. A lot of the times I didn't really understand them, like the lecturings, the concerns and the complaining. But now I get that everything that they were doing was, because they wanted the best for me. And I've kind of turned into my mother now. I lecture my son, he's only 8. And I see this vacant look on his face. He's not listening to me. He's going in one ear and coming out the other. But I really, really appreciate my parents and everything they've done. Fifth and final would be having my son made me a lot more focused. It made me a lot more motivated and determined. I would say before I had my son, I had roughly a clear idea of what it is I wanted to do, but I was very laid back about it. I was like, oh, I've got all the time in the world. But having him was an incentive to go harder. I knew I had to work so much more harder because I had him.